Hey guys, Alex Rouse here from MicroAge. I wanted to ask you a quick question. When you're acquiring laptops for your organization, are you thinking about how you're going to secure the laptops that you're buying? Now, you might be thinking I'm talking about endpoint security from a company like CrowdStrike or SentinelOne or maybe Trend Micro. And that is absolutely something that you should do. You need endpoint security in your laptops. However, what I'm actually talking about is how do we secure the communication of the information off your laptop out to your cloud services. Maybe it's securing your path to a website you frequent, or securing your path to a cloud service or OneDrive, or even securing the data from your laptop back to your corporate headquarters. Now, traditionally, we would do this with what's called a VPN, a virtual private network. It's an encrypted tunnel from your laptop straight back to your corporate headquarters or data center, and then we pivot you out to the cloud. Now, why do we do this? Because we need all users to go back to the one place where we have our security services, firewalls or secure web gateways or CASB solutions. And we typically deploy those things in our corporate data center. So if we send everybody's laptop back to that corporate data center, we can then pivot them to the cloud. The challenge with that is, what if I'm traveling internationally, or if I live on the other side of the country from our corporate data center? My data has to travel all the way back to the data center just to be scrubbed through a firewall and sent back out to the internet. That could be a lot of latency and make things awfully slow. But there's a different way to do things. We call this category of security Security Service Edge. It's a Gartner term, and really it means the combination of 5 cloud services. It could be firewall technology to protect our devices from outside intruders trying to come in. It could be CASB solutions, which stands for Cloud Access Security Broker. These are just policies and services that dictate how we connect to our cloud-based applications from maybe Microsoft Azure. There's data loss prevention technologies that prevent our users from downloading our corporate data when they shouldn't have access to it. There might be zero trust network access technologies that protects our networks. It's a form of network security where our devices can only access the segments of our network and the devices on them that they should have access to. There's Cloud Secure Web Gateway. This is what would have policy to determine which business applications you're allowed to see. So all of these 5 cloud-based security services are important, and we typically have those in our corporate data center. But with Security Services Edge, I'm moving those services away from the corporate data center and out into a third-party hosted cloud service or cloud network provider. These providers might be providers like Palo Alto Networks with Prisma. Maybe it's Netscope or possibly Zscaler. They all have these cloud networks where I can point my laptop to their cloud, and from there, I scrub through their firewalls and their CASB solutions and their DLP solutions before I pivot out to the internet to get access to public cloud providers like Amazon, Google, or Azure, or possibly pivot to back to their corporate headquarters where we have business applications installed that I need to access. The benefit of a Security Service Edge solution is that my laptop connects to the nearest point of presence by the cloud provider, which is likely much closer than my corporate headquarters. That decreases the data center latency. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel from my laptop out to the cloud that can be tracked, and we can limit the access our users have to just the things that are corporate approved. Now, you may be wondering, what about SASE? I've heard that term in the market before. That stands for Secure Access Services Edge. It's very similar to Security Services Edge. In fact, SASE is a superset of Security Services Edge. If Security Services Edge is just the 5 or so security cloud applications that we need to use, SASE adds one more thing to that stack, and that's the network layer. If as a company I don't have an SD-WAN or a WAN technology with WAN optimization, I can get that from a SASE provider. Companies like Zscaler or Netscope or Palo Alto or Cato Networks, they have these very large networks with hundreds of points of presence around the world that have the exact same 5 cloud services and the network that connects them all together through SD-WAN. It's a bundle, if you will, of network services and cloud security services all bundled together. And our one agent on our laptops can connect out to this cloud and leverage their services and control which applications your users have access to. So when you're buying a laptop, start thinking about not just how to secure it from an endpoint security perspective, but how do you secure the communication from that laptop out to the internet. Hopefully it's been helpful. Stay tuned for the next message from MicroAge. Thanks.